Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Emma, the podcast where we make English simple, natural, real, every single day. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Hello, everyone. So happy to be here today.
Okay, Jack, how are you doing?
I am doing really well, although something happened yesterday that I cannot stop thinking about.
Oh, tell me.
So I was having lunch with my friend Marco, and we were talking about life. You know, those big conversations that happen over food.
The best conversations always happen over food.
Always. And Marco said, if I had studied harder at university, I would have become a doctor.
Oh, a regret.
A big one. And then he said, but if I have time this year, I will go back and study.
Two completely different sentences, both starting with if, both completely different meaning.
And I thought, if I had studied, if I have time, why different? What changes?
And that right there is today's topic. If I have, if I had, if I had had. Three forms, three completely different meanings, three completely different situations.
And today, we are going to make all three simple, clear, natural.
Through real stories, real emotions, real life.
No complicated grammar tables, no confusing rule lists.
Just if, in all its beautiful forms.
And before we start, please subscribe to Talk Emma. New episode every single day.
Like this, share it with one friend who always gets confused by if sentences.
That friend is about to have a very good day. Okay, let's go.
Okay, Jack, before we get into the three forms, I want to say something important, something that makes everything easier.
Go ahead.
If sentences, they are really about one simple idea: time.
Time?
Yes, the form of if you use tells the listener when the situation is. Is it real and possible now? Is it imaginary? Is it in the past and cannot change?
So the verb form signals the time, the reality, the possibility.
Exactly. And once you understand that, if sentences become so much clearer.
Okay, use number one.
If I have, zero and first conditional, for real situations, real possibilities, things that could genuinely happen.
Two types here. Zero conditional, always true, like facts, scientific truths.
If plus present simple, present simple.
If you heat water, it boils. Always true, every time, scientific fact. If I eat too much, I feel sick. Always happens, my personal truth.
If it rains, the ground gets wet. Always, no exceptions.
Zero conditional, cause and effect. Always true, no exceptions.
If this happens, that always follows.
And first conditional, real future possibility, something that could genuinely happen.
If plus present simple, will plus base verb.
If I have time tomorrow, I will call you. Real possibility, I might have time. If she passes the exam, she will celebrate. Real, possible, could happen. If it rains on Saturday, we will cancel the picnic. Real weather possibility.
First conditional, real, possible. The situation could actually happen.
And notice, if plus present simple, not if plus will. Never will after if in this structure. You say, if it rains, correct. Present simple after if.
Very common mistake, very easy to fix.
If I will have time, wrong. You say, if I have time, correct, always.
And the result, always, will. If I have time, I will call.
If, present simple, result, will. That is the whole formula.
And this first conditional so natural in daily conversation.
If you finish early, let me know. And let me tell you about something that happened to me last week, a first conditional moment.
Tell us.
So I was supposed to meet Sophia for coffee on Thursday, and she messaged me in the morning and said, if the meeting finishes before 3, I will come straight to the cafe.
Perfect first conditional.
Real possibility. She had a meeting. It might finish early. If it does, she comes. If it does not, she does not.
If plus present simple, will plus base verb.
And it did finish early. She came. We had the best afternoon.
Real life first conditional with a happy ending.
Now, form number 2, and this one my friend Marco used at lunch.
If I had, second conditional, for imaginary situations, things that are not real right now.
If plus past simple, would plus base verb.
If I had more money, I would travel the world. I do not have more money, imaginary.
If she lived closer, we would see each other more. She does not live close, imaginary.
If I had a car, I would drive there. I do not have a car, imaginary.
Not real, not happening now, just imaginary, a wish, a dream.
And this is the key difference from first conditional.
First conditional, if I have time, real, possible, could happen. Second conditional, if I had time, imaginary, not real now.
If it rains tomorrow, I will stay home. Real, it might rain, genuine possibility. If I lived in Paris, I would go to a cafe every morning. Imaginary, I do not live in Paris. And second conditional for dreams, wishes, hypothetical ideas.
Hypothetical, Emma, what does that mean again?
Hypothetical means imaginary, based on a what-if scenario, not something actually happening.
This is a hypothetical question, but what would you do if you won the lottery? Not real, just imagining.
Hypothetically speaking, if you could live anywhere, where would you go?
And this second conditional comes up constantly in conversations, especially fun ones.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
The most classic second conditional question ever.
Every English class uses this one.
And the answer always would. I would choose the ability to fly.
If plus past simple, result, would plus base verb.
And one very important thing about second conditional.
What?
If I were, not if I was, in formal and written English.
If I were you, I would apologize. Formal, correct. If I were a bird, I would fly south for winter. Formal, poetic.
If I were you, very natural, very common expression.
If I were you, I would take the job. My advice to you. Imaginary, I am not you, but imagining.
Very warm, very friendly way to give advice.
And in spoken casual English, if I was is also heard.
If I was rich, I would donate everything. Spoken, casual, natural.
Both understood. Were more formal, was more casual. Both correct in different contexts.
And now form number 3, the one that surprises people the most.
If I had, third conditional for past situations, things that cannot change, regrets, what might have been.
If plus past perfect, would have plus past participle.
And past perfect, had plus past participle. That is where the double had comes from.
If I had had more time, if plus had equals past perfect of have.
If she had known, if plus had plus known, past perfect of know.
If we had left earlier, if plus had plus left equals past perfect of leave.
The past perfect always had plus past participle.
And the result would have plus past participle.
If I had studied harder, I would have passed. I did not study hard, I did not pass. Past cannot change. If she had called, I would have answered. She did not call, I did not answer. Past, finished.
If we had left earlier, we would have made the train. We did not leave early, we missed the train.
Past, finished, cannot change, but imagining what would have happened.
And this is where regret lives, in the third conditional.
Marco at lunch. If I had studied harder, I would have become a doctor. He did not study hard enough, he did not become a doctor. That time is gone.
But he's imagining what his life would have been if things had been different.
If I had known you were coming, I would have made dinner. I did not know, I did not make dinner. I wish I had known.
If she had told me the truth, I would have understood. She did not tell me, I did not understand. Past, finished.
And third conditional always has that slightly wistful feeling.
Wistful, Emma. What does wistful mean?
Wistful means a gentle sadness about something in the past, thinking about what could have been, with a slight longing. Not heartbroken, just quietly nostalgic.
She had a wistful look when she talked about her old home. Quiet sadness, gentle longing for the past.
And third conditional sentences always carry that feeling.
If I had taken that job 5 years ago, my whole life would have been different. Wistful, looking back, imagining another path.
If we had met 10 years earlier, who knows what would have happened? Wistful, wondering what might have been.
Beautiful sentences, full of feeling.
And all from one grammar structure.
Now, let's look at all three side by side, so the difference is completely clear.
Same topic, traveling to Italy.
First conditional, real, possible. If I have enough money this year, I will go to Italy. Real possibility. I might have enough money. It could happen.
Imaginary, not real now. If I had unlimited money, I would live in Italy. Imaginary, I do not have unlimited money. A dream.
Past conditional, cannot change. If I had saved more money last year, I would have gone to Italy. Past, I did not save enough. I did not go. That time is gone.
3 sentences, same destination, 3 completely different realities.
First, future possibility. Second, present imaginary. Third, past regret.
And the verb forms tell you everything.
If plus present simple equals real future possibility, will. If plus past simple equals imaginary present, would. If plus past perfect equals past regret, would have.
3 formulas. Clear, simple, natural.
Now, one complete natural conversation using all 3 conditionals, the way real people talk.
2 friends, evening coffee, big life conversation.
Okay, Emma, can I ask you something?
Of course. What is on your mind?
Do you ever think about alternate lives? Like, what if things had been different?
All the time, honestly. Why?
I was thinking, if I had taken that job in New York 5 years ago, my whole life would have been different.
Do you regret not taking it?
Sometimes. If I had gone, I would have had completely different experiences, different friends, different everything.
But you would not have met Sophia or Marco or me.
Exactly. So I do not know if I regret it. It's just interesting to think about.
I understand. I think about things like that too. If I had stayed in my old job, I would never have started my own business.
Was that a difficult decision?
Terrifying. But if I have learned anything from it, it's that fear is not a reason not to try.
That's such a good way to think about it.
And what about now? Any big decisions coming up?
Actually, yes. There's a new opportunity at work. If I apply, I might get a promotion.
Then you should apply.
I know. And if I get it, everything changes.
First conditional. Real possibility. You already believe it could happen.
You can't turn it off, can you?
Never. But you know what? If I were you, I would apply today.
Second conditional. Advice.
See? Natural, just like that.
And did everyone catch all 3 conditionals? 3 conditionals, 1 evening coffee conversation, all natural, all flowing, all real.
And notice, nobody announced the grammar. Nobody said, now I will use a third conditional.
They just talked, and the conditionals came out naturally because they fit the moment.
That's the goal, not knowing the grammar rules, but feeling when each one fits.
And now you can feel it. Before we finish, I want to say something.
Say it.
IF is one of the most powerful words in the English language.
2 letters, but it opens doors to
Real plans, imaginary worlds, past regrets, future dreams.
if I have time, I will make it happen. If I had more courage, I would try everything. If I had known then what I know now, I would have chosen differently.
3 sentences, 3 completely different lives. Use these in your real conversations about your real life, your real dreams, your real what-ifs.
Because if, in any of its forms, is how we make sense of the world.
And now all 3 forms are completely yours.
If today's episode made if sentences finally simple,
Please like this video.
subscribe to Talk Emma,
Share this with one friend who always gets confused by if sentences.
And leave us a comment. Write one sentence using any conditional from today. Or tell us, if you could change one thing about your past, what would it be?
We read every single comment, every one.
Thank you for being here. See you in the next episode. Until then,
Keep talking, keep learning, and keep growing. Bye, everyone.